Hey, what's up guys? This is just kind of a quick video of something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but really haven't had time to get to or anything like that. But what I wanted to do was install some software on the Wii or hack it to enable me to run older emulators for like Nintendo 64, so I could play some Super Mario 64 or GoldenEye on it. Now, I also wanted to do this without modifying the original Wii software or making any big changes to the way the Wii operates. So in searching for a method or a way to do this, I found out that there's a ton of information out there, and a lot of it seems to be more drawn out than it really has to be. So this is kind of my take on this. It's going to be quick and easy. What you'll need is an SD card. I used a 2 gig version for this video, and then you'll need a Wii and a computer along with an internet connection. There is one bit of information that we have to get off the Wii beforehand. If you're at the home screen of the Wii, on the Wii channel menu, go to the bottom left and select the Wii settings. It's a little button with the Wii on it. And then from there you want to go to Internet and then Console Settings. And then on the screen, the first line, you'll see the MAC address displayed. So for the first part of this exploit, we're going to go to please.hackme.com, and this is where we're going to go and we're going to use the MAC address we got off the Wii, and we're going to download our exploit from here. Right off the bat, you see that there's a field for the system menu version, and it's very important that you get this right. Most of the US Wiis will be running 4.3U, and then you see there's fields for the MAC address, and then there's an option for the bundling of the HackMe installer. I just leave that checked, and then there's our CAPTCHA, and then after that you can click cut the red or the blue wire. It doesn't really seem to matter, and then it will give you your download. Now I've already downloaded the package, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip this part. And then we need one more piece of software, which is the Homebrew browser. You can go ahead and type in Homebrew browser Wii on a Google search, and it'll take you right there. And there's also a link below to the wiki page for this software. And then on the right hand side, you're going to go ahead and click the download button, but I've already downloaded the software, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that, but it'll give you a zip archive that we then have to uncompress. Okay, so on the right hand side of the screen, you're going to see the two folders, the two zip archives that I've downloaded from the Letterbomb and the Homebrew sites. The first thing we have to do is uncompress both of these archives. So I'm just going to use the built-in Windows utility to extract them all to folders. And then the next thing we want to do is copy the Letterbomb contents over to our thumb drive. So we want to go inside the folder, and we want to copy all of the contents, and we're going to paste them at the root of our SD card. Okay, now that we're done with that, the next thing we want to do is go and make an apps folder, and we want to just right click, new folder, and name it APPS. It's very important that it's named exactly that. And then we can go into our Homebrew folder, and we see that it's got the Homebrew browser folder, and we just want to right click on the whole folder, copy, and paste that into our apps folder. And that concludes the PC side of this whole hacker mod. Like I said, it's very important that you copy and paste the Letterbomb to the root of your SD card, and then you copy and paste the Homebrew browser into the apps folder on your SD card. And now we're going to go over to the Wii. Okay, so you'll see that we have a fully booted Wii here, and our SD card is inserted into the front of it. And the way we're going to begin this is, you want to go down to the mail icon on the bottom right hand corner, and we should see a message with the Letterbomb on it. You may have to cycle back and forth through a few days. There, you see it there. Just going to hit the A, and we're going to launch the exploit. And like I said, you might have to cycle back and forth. It depends on when you download the image, when you copy it to the disk, and so on. It can be like a little picky, but it should be there. And then we see the software warning here saying that you shouldn't have paid for the software, and blah blah blah, and it'll tell us to hit the one button here in a second. The software itself, or the Wii, may be a little bit buggy. The first time I ran through this install, it bombed out on me. I made absolutely no changes, rebooted the system, came right back to it, and it installed without issue. Just one thing to note as you're going through this, if it gives you a hard time, reboot it, try it again, and there you see R1 to continue. Okay, so here we see that our test results are in, and a Homebrew channel can be installed, as well as the boot me. And then you just hit A on this menu to continue, and it gives us our options to install the Homebrew channel, uninstall it, or install boot me. Now I've already installed the Homebrew channel, but you would just hit A at this screen and it would carry on and go ahead and install the Homebrew for you. But since we've already done this, I'm just going to go ahead and exit. There's not really much more to see here. Like I said, you would hit A on that and it would just go ahead and install it, and once the install completed, this is what you would see here. This is what the Homebrew channel home screen looks like. You see that I've already got some software installed on this one, like the N64, but the Homebrew browser is your main option. And if you hit the one button on the Wii controller, you see that it gives you these few options here to choose your memory and whatnot. And then if you hit the home button, it'll give you options to go back to the system menu, shut the Wii down, launch boot me if you have installed. We're just going to exit back to the system menu. Okay, so now we see that we're back to the Wii's main home screen, and you didn't really have to modify the Wii in any permanent way other than adding the Homebrew channel to your home screen, and then you just select it and start it like you would any other Wii application. And that's all it takes. You now have successfully installed the Homebrew channel on your Wii. So the items we're going to see here are going to be the items that we place into the apps folder on our SD card, and we want to go ahead and select our Homebrew browser, and then we're going to go ahead and load it. And it'll take a second for it to load up here, but then it'll launch into a whole nother menu screen. Okay, so when you see that crazy screen right there, that's kind of a good sign. Now you see that it launches into our Homebrew browser. And this is kind of the normal screen that you'd see here. When you select things, sometimes it might take a second to actually select it. It might seem like it hangs, but just let it go and hopefully it'll load. And like you see under this emulator section here, this is where I downloaded my Wii64 emulator. But they have other options for like demos, emulators, games, media, and other utilities, as well as on the right hand side you can sort the stuff, rate it, and so on and so forth. And then you can also view on the top right there your installed applications, and you see my that I have the Wii64 emulator already installed on this machine. Okay, so if we hit the home button here, it'll give us options to reboot the Wii or return to the loader screen, which when we return back to the loader, which is going to take us back to the Homebrew channel, and then we can fire up the Wii emulator that I've already downloaded from the Homebrew browser. And you'll see our menu options here for the Wii64. We want to go ahead and load a ROM. I'm going to load from the SD. Now, beforehand, I copied some other ROMs onto this SD card. Not that folder. It might have been under the apps folder here. Okay, so we see the beta 1.1. That's the folder I copied onto here, and we'll try the Wii64 ROMs. Okay, so there we see the Super Mario 64 ROM that I copied on here, and we see that it loaded successfully. And we'll go ahead and hit OK, and now we want to play the game. Okay, so you see Mario 64 successfully boot up on a Wii, and you can use the Wiimote for this, but I found out that the GameCube controller, which plugs into the top of the Wii, works considerably better for these games. And that concludes my video for this one. Hit me up in the comments below, and thank you for watching.